Guys, good evening, guys, and welcome back to the Football Fans, guys. With me, your boy Timber Banks, guys. It's another wonderful episode of the Man Them Talk Show, or should I say, the Off-Filter Talk Show with the Man Them. And already, I've got in the house with me, Vegeta. Vegeta,
Yes, bro.
how
What's
are you?
happening?
How are you doing? How are you doing? Man? How are you doing? How are you?
Hey, man. This is supposed to be. It says Mandim, and it's almost like we're doing the Timber Banks and Vegeta show. People must be confused right now. No, man. I'm doing well. How you doing?
Well, I'm fine. I'm fine now. I did the winning game yesterday, though I struggled though. But at the end of the day, getting the 3 points was, very, very important because it would have made sense whereby Manchester United demolished, or should I say destroyed, Barnsley. Then I don't get a win. I was going to get cooked.
Oh.
So it's a good thing
Wait, who were you
I did.
playing yesterday?
I was playing against Stuttgart. Guy, man, those guys, they play proper football. I don't wanna
Oh.
lie. Those guys play proper football, Virginia. Man, they play proper football. But it was kind of similar to what happened between Madrid and what's it called, Real Sociedad, whereby
Mm.
they played very well, but they could not just take their chances. That was basically what really happened yesterday. So, Vita,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sure I sent you everything we're going to be talking about, and I think the best place to actually start it's with Manchester United. You guys had a very big win because the first time you guys have actually, won a game convincingly, or should I say win a game comfortably. You guys did it against Southampton and
Mm.
Barnsley. You guys looked very confident as well. You could easily say Belinda had nothing to do. Belinda
The whole,
had
yeah,
nothing to do.
the whole backline, bro.
So
To be honest, because I saw people struggling
so
with the what do you call this? The player ratings in their videos because
yeah,
people were like,
parity.
"Oh yeah, did the keeper? What did he do?" Because to
Nothing.
be honest, Barnsley, big up to you. You came to Old Trafford. You guys had fun. It was vibes, but damn, you guys offered us nothing in the front at all, bro. Um, all you guys did yesterday was give our forward line, the shooting practice essentially, and confidence. Because some of
Yeah.
the mistakes they were making to give away chances was actually pretty funny, to be honest. To a point where I think at some stage I stopped watching the game. Not watching the game, but I was juggling the comment section on the stream and the game because I was just like, guys, it's like 3-0 before first half.
Yeah.
Mark was saying it was gonna be 4-0 before first half. He was close, bro, because we had chances. But in the first
Hmm.
couple of minutes, I think Barnsley kind of scared people a little bit because they did try to play as toe to toe, but that was a mistake from them. Personally, I mean, you're a League One, you're not even a Championship club. Like, no offense, like just try to stay in the game as long as possible. But you're trying to play League One football against a Premier League team. Like, if it doesn't matter who Barnsley was facing, like any of the 20 teams yesterday, if they tried that, it's craziness. I mean, if you look at Preston North End yesterday, they didn't do that, and they went toe to toe with Fulham. Um,
Hmm.
so that's a lesson for the Barnsley guys. But for us United fans, bro, it was chilled, bro. It was the most stressless. I even forgot to do my therapy today. I'm that not annoyed. I was just like,
Yeah. I was looking for this therapy and nothing.
you know
I
what,
forgot to
bro?
even ask you.
Ah, it's okay, bro. The therapy is meant to be there, but today was also a busy day in terms of work. But also, I'm a happy fan. Kaiser Chiefs are winning
Hmm.
locally. United are getting 3 points
Yeah.
internationally. I'm in a good place right now as a football fan. Like they might as well just hand me the leagues on both sides and just call it a day. But I don't want to speak about United
Well,
without people like Mark and Drakes because they'll say me, especially Mark, me. I'm the one that
yeah,
hates United, So
the
you need
manager.
the ones that love United to be here as well. But nah, I enjoyed it. I can't complain at all.
Yeah. In like the intercom, you jump in, man. I think Mark also has class. And I think he will also jump in when he can do. But
Okay.
like you said, you don't want to talk about then we'll leave that topic. Let's talk about what's it called? Madrid then.
You can bring Drakes in though. He's here.
Okay. Okay, Drex is in. Okay, Drex is in. Big up Drex.
Now it's Mandem. Oh,
Yo,
was
yo,
the
what you
big
saying? What you
mistake.
saying?
Thanks,
What you
Chef.
saying? What you saying?
I'm good, Drex. I'm good, Drex. I'm good, Drex. And Drex, you know one thing I want to do is this, man. Before Prof and Mark comes in, you know, you are going to be handling the show because you know how to, calm people down and know how to. I don't want us to spend too much time on the show. So because we still have the watch along.
Yeah,
Because if I
the
continue, we are
yeah.
going to talk a lot, but you know how to cut those things, make us stay
I
online.
needed Drakes
So
yesterday, bro. Oh my gosh. The RKO from Professor yesterday from Norway, bro. We winning 3-0, and the first thing man asks is, so what's the style of play? And I'm like, yo, what is the violence, bro? We're winning 3-0.
See,
style of play.
for Omo, right? For Professor, I kind of understand him. Omo wants to see good football, but Omo has gone past the. For Omo, it's part. Is I think it's more like he wants this manager out at all costs,
Mhm,
right? He wants this manager out. The only way this manager can actually they could get by with this manager is if this manager finishes in the top four, or
mhm,
maybe for somehow ends up in a title race, like maybe it's a three horse race or two. I think that's where they might start looking at him like, okay, you know what, we got too many things wrong. And still at that, there was some excuses or some things that they would not um acknowledge or give to the manager, which is fair, 100%,
mhm,
because it will they you build trust with time, you lose it in a second, right? So you have to
mhm.
build back the
True.
trust. So that's why I don't. If you notice, I really don't go off the people that they want the manager out and all of that. I just say my piece and make them understand where I'm talking from, right? But because trust is built over time. Even some of these players, we still don't trust them, right? We played Southampton and we are saying Barnsley the next game, and some people are still thinking, okay, we might get the Coventry effect. You understand?
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
So it's with time. With time, it's at that time they say heals or wound, whether we would get worse or we will get better. But on both sides of the spectrum, we just have to chill, man. For me, yesterday's game 7. When I was leaving the studio yesterday, it was 5. Before I got to my kids' school, it was 7. I'm like, ooh, ooh, what did I
yeah.
miss? 2 good goals, bro. I know I saw 5, but I missed 2 good goals. And I was supposed to watch that game again, second half again, but I'm like, I'll keep it for today because today I think I have some time off the after the Tottenham game. I'll watch it. But
Okay.
Vegeta, big up yourself. What was it you were saying about you want them? I heard you in the background. You wanted Drex and Mark to be in there to actually.
Yeah, I want the guys that are for Ten Hag, because this is the funny thing about like people on the spectrum, like you're saying, like I've decided to take how I feel about the manager and some of these players and put it aside for each game, but it always feels like, and I feel like you guys understand it because we talk on streams and stuff, but I feel like people always misunderstand some of my criticisms, even when we've had good games, for, oh, so he's never going to be happy. But it's like, no, the guys get it. I've taken my feelings of the manager and some of these players, and I said I'm going to put it to the side until a decision is made. In terms of, are we selling those players? Are we getting rid of them? I'm putting it aside because it does me no good going into each game hoping that something will prove me right. You get me?
Mm, mm,
I
mm,
don't
mm.
understand that. Like I can compartmentalize my feelings of the manager and take it and still take it game by game and enjoy each game as it comes. So I just think it's a
Yeah.
nice balance for the crowd when I'm talking, just to have other people who make them feel nice there, you know,
I think
because they
it's a
don't like
case. I
taking a
think it's
crowd.
that case. I think it's a case of some people just want to feel nice about what you were saying, right? Some
Mm,
people want to be like, okay, is he myself and himself? Are we on the same path? You know,
mm,
is it saying? Because I remember one day, after the Liverpool game, I was talking and I was like, "Yo, for me, I have to just wait." And somebody was like, "Yo, I don't know." Like it felt like I was saying something different. Like I have to just wait because on the grand scheme of things, right? You and I are just fans, right?
mm,
We could air. I could say I want the manager in all day, every day, 24/7, right? But the
mm,
board are saying, you know what, we've given this guy some. We know where we will start talking, having that deep conversation with this guy, right?
yeah.
Or you could be on the other side and say, I want this manager out like yesterday. And the board is saying the same thing. Like we want to, there's a certain level we want to get. There's a set. We are looking out for something. If this guy doesn't give us this thing, then we would call it quits, right? But
Mm-hmm,
until then, all we are doing is just airing our opinion. And I don't know why people take the fact that maybe you're on one side or I'm a different side than you. I don't know why you take it as, oh, you're not understanding. You're just being blindly following the man. I'm like, yo, but not everybody's going to be on the same side, bro. Not everybody's going to be on the same side. I like to have my Coke just the way it is, my Coca-Cola just the way it is, right? Some people like
mm-hmm.
to have the zero one. Some people have to like to have the diluted one. Some people just want to mix theirs with Fanta. It's fine. It's fine. All I'm saying is fine. Whatever you're saying, be fine. But don't when you start making your opinion, try making it sound like it's the gospel. That is where
Yes,
I have a problem.
exactly, exactly. Big up to Mark in.
Big
Shout
up,
outs
big
to
Mark.
up. What's
Dylan
good?
Mark.
What's good, everybody? Enjoying the
We are good.
day?
We are good. We are
Of
Good
good.
course,
to
bro. We,
go.
we
Good
won
to
7-0.
go.
How can you not?
Bro, stop
Bro,
playing.
I'm walking on sunshine. I mean, it's a bit gray now, but I'm walking on sunshine today. I'll say that much. You can only beat who's in front of you, you know what I mean?
100%.
And a lot of people were saying, like, yo, maybe, you know, we might win 2-1. If we lose, what's going to happen? He should be sacked. All these sorts of crazy things. And, you know, I like to say we keep getting what we ask for, but yet we keep asking for more because if you look at the situation, you know, he rotated the team, the rotated players, they performed well. Even some of the players who we wanted to do well, they played, who started, they did well. The ones who came on, some of them did extremely well. You know, I think all around it was a good performance, and the levels could only keep going up. If he keeps the rotation up, it means that despite who starts, we win games. What more could you want as a United fan right now?
Don't forget that people are saying it's only Barnsley. Like I said, a comment right there, but people are saying it's only Barnsley, right? Before we move to the next topic, people are saying it's only Barnsley, but don't forget in this competition in the past couple of years, we've struggled. I know under Louis Van Gaal, we got thumped 4-0 by
Mm,
MK Dons.
Yeah.
yes, and I'm
And I
glad.
think I think even under Silas Ferguson, somewhere around, I think Burnley
Burnley
also.
kicked us
I think
out.
Burnley
So,
also took, yeah,
so,
took, yeah, yeah.
so
Bro, Swansea, Burnley. You want to go down the list
Yeah,
of
Swansea,
Swindon
Swansea,
Town.
yeah. Yeah, Swansea.
Bro,
Bro,
I saw it
Rochdale,
coming before we
Rochdale,
spoke.
Rochdale gave us a
Rochdale.
game. Middlesbrough gave
Plymouth
us
at time
games,
give
bro.
us a game. Bro, it's at a
Nah,
time
bro.
we get knocked out from one of them teams, them lower league teams as well too, bro. I think it was
I'm not
Oxford
saying
or
I'm
some
not
kind of mad
guys
thing.
guys on the other side of the spectrum. I'm not saying that it was rosy, right? It's all rosy from here going forward, right? I'm just saying don't when these things happen, it makes you realize okay, there's a step in the right direction. Coming from where we've been we've seen things even under the greatest manager of all time for me, right? We've been shocked with the result where you be like, what just happened? And you cannot be vexed because it's Sir Alex. You cannot be
Yeah.
vexed because Sir Alex is the one at the M, right? Is the man. So, but you're asking yourself, how do we just, then we start coming up with excuses for him, like, oh, maybe we want to focus on other things. Maybe he wants to get out of this competition so we could focus on this one, on that one. And so,
And it's true, Drex. Even the likes of Ateta, the likes of Pep, they will make those stupid excuses about they don't want they want to focus on the league. or something. And people used to do that back then in under Sir Alex
Yeah. So
Ferguson
for
days.
me, it's
Yeah.
a case of like what Mark said. You can only beat who is in front of you, and we did that comfortably, right? 8-7 nil comfortably. There was no error. It should have been more in the first half. I think it should have been 4 or 5 in the first half if Garnacho had linked up a few plays right. But it is what it is. 7-0 Barnsley League Two. Put aside. Move on to the next one. Crystal Palace. Let's see what we do at it because for some people there's a revenge right there. So let's see what will happen on that one.
Well, they'll just
Yeah, but
say
even
Crystal
still,
Palace.
he could have a hat trick in the second half. He blast over
Mm-hmm.
bars. I mean, Anthony could have a brace like 2, 3 times in the game after the penalty. Some people still saying, well, he was lucky to get the penalty. But I mean, bro, at the end of the day, he tried to evade the keeper and still was trying to get the ball. If the keeper hand didn't hit his boot, he might have stayed on his feet and still score or pass the ball for an assist. You understand? So I feel like it's always a little bit of the
Bro,
negatives or a
yesterday
little
game.
bit of
Anybody
the
that's looking to be negative from yesterday games just want to be negative just for the fact, just because.
because I
That's
mean,
that's
I'm not
that's how we
saying it's
put it,
Premier League. Eh? No one here saying it's Premier League, bro. No one here saying we go and do this to Man City. But what we saying is that this is what we asked for. Man,
yeah.
them say we need a convincing win. Man, them
Yeah,
say
Temba
we
here
need
said
to
we need
beat these
anything
lower
less
league
than four.
teams.
It's considered lost.
Yeah, I
You
did say
understand
that.
what
I
I'm
said
saying?
so. I said so. I said that because when I saw the team, I was like, this is a strong team, and they should at least four. So
Drex,
I was watching my game. I
why
was
tell you
getting
when I see
alert.
the lineup, Drex? Why
You
tell
said
you when I
you
see the
said
lineup?
Mark was like this is a gallop in 6 or 7. No, he said 5 or 7.
Imagine,
Yeah, he texted me. He
imagine.
said
So,
five
bro,
five or
I say
seven.
5 or 7. I say 4-0 before the first half, bro.
Yeah.
I say we go
Yep.
finish this game about 7. Bro, I wasn't too shocked. I was shocked we didn't score more, to be fair, because the team played well. I mean, look at all the players who was on the pitch. From Anthony, had a good game. We go straight back. Rashford, 2 good goals. You know what I mean? Two very good
One thing,
finishes.
because part of the question on this first question is how does this improve or how does it impact things going forward? For one thing I noticed is I saw Rashford moving across the front three yesterday, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, yo, I like this, right? I like this. But one thing I was like, okay, when Rashford was off on the right side, I wanted either I know Garnacho was not going to go in the middle. I wanted Anthony to go in the middle. But maybe there was a game plan there that I don't know about. But all in all, I like the movement. I like the fact that Ugarte. It's only Barnsley. I put my hands up, it's only Barnsley, like everybody will say. But I'm gonna say
Yeah,
this anyway.
yeah.
Ugarte was a beast yesterday, bro.
But you know what's crazy, bro? Like I know we say that the keeper and them didn't have any like thing to do, but when I watched Ben Dia distribute the ball, I said, "Hey,
Oh,
yo, isn't
bro,
this what
man.
they told me Onana can do? Well, go on here,
Man.
bro.
No,
He's actually doing it, bro.
yep.
Like
But
it's not a
bro,
myth,
man
bro. That
them,
meant
man
distribution
them.
was
So what we
ridiculous.
gonna say? We wait. Ugarte had a similar game against Southampton. So he went. You know what I mean? First 2 games in English football, looking like comfortable in his sixth role, the same role that most people would say we were unable to fulfill. And no matter who plays the role, they look shit. But this guy looked like like he's a fish in water, like that goldfish you put in a pond
Hmm.
with all the nice things inside it and the lights and everything. He looking like that goldfish right now, bro.
So Temba, before we move,
Yeah.
'cause I know you wanted me to anchor this one. Before we move, anything I'm gonna come to Vegeta next. Anything you saw that you were nodding your head for yesterday, I'm like, okay, you see this one, this would improve, this would help United.
Like Drex, you know what? If I say I didn't really watch the game, I watched the highlights, and like the way the passes were just going flying around, like from like the passes were just crazy. It was just crazy, man. Like for some reason I could not believe it was. I was actually watching Manchester United because there's a ball from Casemiro to Garnacho, from Garnacho to Marcus Rashford, like those long passes and everything. And I was asking myself, and I said, but this is the same player, Casemiro, whereby the simple pass, you could not pass the ball. But he had one. He was doing it yesterday.
Eh,
And like good game for him. And
don't forget there's
yeah.
this thing called players off day, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, 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 true. That's true. That's true. So once I watched the game, I watched the highlight, all the goals, all the 7 goals, man, were just man, football made easy. They all snacking the ball around. Like I was like, no, man, this is what we used to see then, back then.
You know, I know what
7.
Temba was thinking, watching that game, I know exactly what Temba was thinking.
Oh no, the villain is
Man.
starting. The villain is starting.
You know, but I will save that comment. I'll save that comment, the actual comment, for later on
I know,
tonight in
Mark.
Bragging Rights.
I know one thing, Mark.
But I know
I know one thing is
exactly
that
what Temba was thinking.
I was watching. I was watching Madrid game, and I I notified put notification on my phone so that whenever goes in, I get notified. Mark, I was playing 0-0. Like I kept getting notification. I like whenever I look Man U, whenever I look at Man U, I say, God, I'm getting cooked. For sure. I'm getting cooked on the next show. Yo, I was like,
Real
God, first half,
Madrid.
3-0. I was like, dude,
You
and
know,
I'm struggling.
Mark. I actually dipped at halftime to go join his show. Right, man was asking questions. He was asking questions. Is this the Mbappe we got, or the Mbappe we were supposed to get is at Saudi Arabia? We got the fake one.
Man, dude, I was fuming, man. I was fuming.
I
I
told
was
him,
even saying the Mbappe
I told him
we got it
calm
from
down.
Alibaba.
I told him
Man,
calm
Bro,
down. Mbappe would
Timu,
score. Second half started and Mbappe scored. I'm like, okay.
Mbappe
ah,
out Timu.
man,
You gotta say, Jeff, he's
I
just doing his job. At the end of the
man,
day, he's just doing his
Timu
job.
Donatello then.
I
Timu
was scared. I
Donatello.
was like, God, God, Drex.
Bridget?
I'm not ready for Drex. I'm not just ready for
Timber,
Drex.
at the end of the day,
Drex, what
yes,
tell Drex,
he did
bro?
the job.
What tell Drex?
Yeah, I did the job. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Temba quarreling about Mbappe and you will
Right?
get rid of Mbappe.
Yeah.
I say, don't worry, I say, don't worry. I say, Temba, you need to chill. I say, Mbappe,
I said it. And I
he
said,
having
get him
one
out
of
of my
them
club, man.
seasons,
Yeah.
bro.
Bro,
It's
man
like
said get
Ronaldo.
it's on the stream. Go on the stream. You hear man said get Mbappe out of my club. I think we bought the fake one.
Then I said, please, can you guys please borrow me
That's like
sexy? I want to see
the
something.
third stream
It
he's
is
saying
Ah,
sexy.
that, bro.
Nah, bro, you can't have him.
Vegeta, before we leave this topic,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
that positive thing got you nodding your head yesterday in positive? Is thinking, okay, you
Oh,
know
you
what?
know what, man?
Yeah.
There's so many things, Tricks. For
Mm-hmm,
one,
mm-hmm.
this manager rotated. I didn't know that was part of his vocabulary. I was saying, yo, 10-10, is this
Mm,
you, bro?
mm.
You took out Onana. I see you.
mhm,
You took out the center
mhm.
backs. Hey,
Mind.
you played Casemiro and Ugarte when people said it's too negative. I see you, bro. I like that, bro. Because people said we were crazy when we said, let's try Cass in the 8. Where are those people today? They said we
Mm.
are crazy. Said you could play Ugarte and you play Cass. Ugarte is the 6, Cass is the 8. We
Mm,
don't have the
mm,
legs
mm,
anymore.
mm.
Yeah, he can't play the 8.
Huh.
Yeah, he
Man,
can't
man,
pass the
man
ball.
spraying, man spraying passes about like he
Bro,
connecting
man,
dots. Then he
bro,
was
it
picking
was
maps for traveling locations.
bro, man.
Yeah,
I thought yesterday was
yeah,
Halloween. Man was doing some trick or treat, bro.
yeah,
Bro,
Who
bro.
played the 8 yesterday? Was it Casemiro
it
or
was
That's
Cass,
it.
Ugarte?
bro. It was Cass.
Casimiro,
Ericsson
bro.
was number 10. He was
Ericsson was 10,
concentrating,
bro.
which is another thing that made me happy, bro, because it means people like Kobe and Bruno don't have to burn out, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you've
true,
got
true.
people who are adequate substitutions for their positions, bro. And you could tell,
Mhm.
bro, because when Bruno came on, I was saying on the stream, Bruno went to Ten Hag and said, I don't like what's going on, bro. Too many goals are being scored. I also want to score a goal, bro. You better put me on.
Yeah.
Resting me for who, bro? I
Bro,
also want goals, bro.
Maguire
And the
saying,
man came
bro,
on, got 2 assists. I'm like, yo, this guy.
quick, bro, quick, bro,
he
quick,
played.
quick.
He
Let me
did play
let me
well
read this
yesterday, though.
comment from Leonard. Leonard is saying Ugarte will be better in the midfield as time goes on. I feel more confident with the midfield now than ever within the recent years gone by. Energy, creativity, and lots of potential.
And experience.
Yeah, Silaha. I don't know how to pronounce
Who
all of it. Is
assessment? Who make
is
the analysis before Ugarte land? Who make the analysis beforeUgarte
oh
land?
the man on
What's
this
the
side.
analysis,
The
Temba?
Just
man
What's
on
move
this
on.
side.
read
The
it
man on
out
this side. The
again
man
for
on this side.
Temba
Just
because
move on, Drakes.
Temba,
Just move on.
Silala says, can I get that comment, Temba? It says, yeah. Pardon me if I crucify your name. It says we
Oh,
now have a lot of pre.
Slasha.
Say that again.
Slasha.
Okay.
Ah,
It,
she's
it,
la
It means
la.
like
big up yourself.
yeah.
I can't pronounce it. I apologize for that. We now have a lot of press monster on the team. I hear you. Ugarte, Bruno, Mount. wingers like Ahmad, even Rashford got his tail up a bit. Yeah, I saw Rashford sprinting back yesterday, bro.
Man,
Like there was a
Man
Rashford
did
play
the
looks
where
full
like he.
Dalot
celebration,
was
bro.
caught off guard. Rashford actually was sprint, like he actually sprinted back to catch up with. I'm like, yo, what is going on? That's enough. The improvement won't be major overnight. It's increment. Big up yourself. Manchester is red forever.
Bro,
Says your dog is
bro.
here. Mark in Germany, Ganghood area. That's what's Manchester.
Nah, brother. No,
I say
I'm in
Mark
the
playing
start,
Mark
bro.
playing GTA 5. Mark, are you playing GTA 5?
I'm in the start, bro. I'm in the start. I
Uh
have class,
um
bro, in the start. So,
okay.
if
Mark
you
It's
jump
Ora.
in the stream,
Mark Ora
I run no
insane.
sense to jump in the start. You know what I mean?
Ugarte. Can I get this comment from the same person? It says Ugarte is going to unlock Casemiro. Mark my words. Kobe will
Throw that
be a
word
super
away.
sword and will help rotate Casemiro. Please, we have. Is it Coilia I wants to spell?
Collier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Coilia.
it's
Yeah.
a
Throw
big
that
Coilia
unlocked
was
word
a
Bro, it's
away,
person.
not
okay?
Coilia,
Throw it
bro.
away.
The way you feel is an oil man now. It's
No,
Colia.
okay, Colia. So Colia.
Yeah, throw away unlock.
Right.
We've been unlocking players for years at United. Throw
No,
that
we don't
word
want.
away, bro.
We keep the lock in the middle of the ocean, bro. The prof, the prof is here. Prof, before we go into the next topic on the agenda, Prof, please tell me you saw something positive yesterday. Please, I'm
That was
tired of
positive. There's no negative there. As in,
big up. Finally,
hold on, wait a minute. The positive.
I can't hear
Uh,
nothing Professor saying. I
Prof,
don't know if it's
come on,
me or
come on.
just.
Please put your turn up your volume or you come closer
how
to your
about now?
microphone. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, see,
Loud and clear.
the positives come from the negative that have been happening for the past year. One of them was Ericsson is better than Bruno Fernandes, is in control of the tempo of the game. The
Okay.
game plan was pass to Ericsson, get out the way, and that's what all we did.
Big up, big up, big up, big up,
Another
big up,
thing
big up.
is Rashford is not playing the touchline winger. Like that makes no sense.
No,
He's
but
like
Prof, pause on that first. But we all, right? We all have been saying that, right? Even the manager in his first season did not play Rashford as a touchline winger. But Rashford, on the other hand, keeps saying he wants to play on the left. So how do you marry those two?
oh, okay. You see, he say he wants to play on the left. That doesn't mean you should throw him on the wing and let him go by the byline and try to run at players. Like no, let him come inside. Let him come inside more, be more narrow.
But you still have to play. You still have to do what the player wants in some
But
scenario, though.
what game was it? It was what game was it
Fellas,
before
I
the
don't
Barnsley game?
believe this shit, bro. I can't skip this, bro. I can't skip.
I think it was Southampton.
Okay.
It was Southampton. 'Cause I remember it was a game between
Shit.
because
Bro,
Southampton
come on,
was more
man. Look,
narrow.
Ronaldo, look at there. I'm not.
This guy here. Southampton he was more narrow.
Oh
He
yeah.
had to be narrow. I don't want him going to the wing, hugging the touchline. Be more narrow. He's
So
better off
you,
more narrow. When he
so
scored his
you
30
want him
GA
closer
that
to
year, he was
Zexi.
more narrow.
So you want him
Closer to the striker.
Okay. Big up yourself. Let's go to the next one. We don't want to waste time because we got the
Okay.
Coventry Manchester United Tottenham game to cover as well. Okay, the next question here is: should players allow their family to manage them?
Eh?
Yeah. If you got the right family member, there are pros and cons to it. There's a player that is being managed by his family now. Wasn't Neymar one of them? And he
Yeah.
got the
Yeah,
biggest
Nima is one
contract
of
of his
them.
life.
Rabio is one of them as well.
Yeah, right. And Rabiot is the other spectrum of good and bad. Bad
Then
means the
there's
bad.
Rashford as well.
And,
Rashford is
and
his brother.
yeah, and about time you have Rashford is about time you gotta look at my family is not gonna make me go further. And to me, his mother's not gonna let him advance. It's gonna let him have a good football career.
Okay, bring Mark on. Mark, are you
Yeah.
about to dip?
Yeah, bro.
What time is
No
class? You
interest,
started
bro.
class already? Vegeta, what are you saying? Do you see it as in a long term is a positive, or you feel like okay, there should be a period of okay, if my family can manage me, let them do it, and after which I could switch to a more professional role, more professional agency or something like that.
Mm, I think initially, bro, when you're still like young,
Hmm.
unless you can find like a really good I don't know, manager at a young age who your family trusts? Because some families don't want to. Was that Mark?
Mark, I think you have to mute for a bit. Yeah. Okay.
Because I think it just goes across like sports as a whole. Because you look at like I'm gonna go out of the box here, like Michael Jordan, whose mom's decision making revolutionized the game, right?
Yeah.
So she clearly had a good head on her shoulders. So if you've got parents or family around you like that, then I can't see a problem, because it's not like we haven't had professional managers who've stuffed up people's careers. I mean, look at the Oshiman situation. Man got a new agency because of the crap that that went down with his whole career. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just goes down to having the right people who know what they're doing and want to help you reach your full potential. Because I think for most parents who care about their children, that's all that matters to them. The money
Mm-hmm.
comes with your children meeting the potential. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
with agents, it's all about the money. Hence, you saw the Oshuman madness, where it's like he's trying to push his player one way because he's trying to make money. You just
Make
need
more
the right
money.
people, Drex, bro. That's it. That's it.
Definitely right. Okay. Mark, let me hear your take on that one, because I know very soon you'll be managing somebody.
Reich is going to be managing Kai Rooney.
No, Mark will be
That's his role
managing.
in the
Very
midfield.
soon, Mark will be managing. He's I think his cousin or one of them plays for I. It's on
A high bug,
what's
yeah.
that thing? Yeah, the trial
High
for
bug.
Ibok.
Wait,
Mark,
that bot in the
Mark,
team?
Mark, you mute.
you have to unmute for me to hear you. I
Okay.
know. I know it's a
Yeah,
tough
for
one.
me, it's about both now. You know what I mean? Like you want the players to achieve their best potential at the same time. So you're gonna have to do your best to drive them. And you go have some moments where they will dislike the things that you will have to say to them, because it's not always gonna be, hey, you're amazing, you're the best, you're doing great. Sometimes you will be having a shit time, or you need to do
Mm-hmm.
better, or you need to stop making excuses or crying about it. So it's an interesting situation, you know what I mean? And for me, I just look at it as it has to be practical, because a lot of players, what fails them is the fact that no one tells them that, listen, you're not doing enough. You need to do better, and we know you could do better. You know what I mean? It's not usually what you say, it's usually how you say it. And
Mm-hmm.
you need to say things to players in such a way that they understand that you don't mean, you're not against them, but you're with them, you're in support
Mm-hmm.
of them, you want the best from them. You know that they could do better, so you want that. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's where you're trying to push. And with that in mind, is always going to be a constant battle with agents, because let's be realistic. If the agent go and get 15% of 50 million as opposed to 10% of 25 million, of course we know what he going to take. So it's always going to have that battle, that age old. But at the end of the day, what I mean, the player has a decision to make as well. And as long as the player make the right decision for him, the agent can't stop it, to be fair. If the agent, there's the contract as well, because I've been hearing about some types of contracts that agents is put with players now. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the contract, and it have like three different types. One is where a agent control the situation, where they decide, you know what I mean? They take in account the ideology of the player. He wants to play for a top club, probably in England or Spain, and they will facilitate that. The specific club may not be the choice of the player. It might be down to the agent. Then it have the contracts where the player is in full control of where he goes and who is the what what wages he accepts, and the agent is only there to facilitate that. And then it have the one in the middle where the player gets to go where he wants, but the agent gets to earn the fee that he wants to earn as well. And it's an interesting balance. It all depends on how they strike that balance between the two. And in a way, I think the only sad part is that they don't always advise some of these youngsters before they sign some of these contracts, on the type of contract that they're signing and what it really means. When they sign for the agent to be in total control, or what the case is. But you have to always look at it from the perspective that some of these players, they don't have a better option. They don't have no one to sponsor them. They don't have no one to support them. Yo, who
Mm-hmm.
making all that noise, bro?
I think it's my kid.
It's
Big up to your son, bro. Strong lungs there. You know what I mean? Energetic guy. Gotta love him, bro. Big up to that. But I mean, honestly, it's just that, bro. It's just being able to educate some of these youngsters. I wish it had a more widespread knowledge base that would be spreading the knowledge to these youngsters that, listen, some of these contracts, I mean, I know you might not have an opportunity, and this might seem like the water in the middle of the desert when you know you're dying of thirst, but sometimes it might be to a design, you know what I mean? Like when scouts go looking for some players, depending on where they go, you know, scouts have power in a certain sense of power as well. And if there's a smaller nation with that not really, you know, prominent or anything like that, and they discover a talent, scouts will take advantage of the talent because you know why? They will come there with the nice flowery words, I will do this, I will do that. And at the end of the day, they will earn all the rewards or majority of it until and by the time the player realize it, well, you know what I mean, he already there for years, you know what I mean? He could only make fight now to get what is his, if you understand what I'm saying. And it's the same thing in the music industry is all about. Once you have an agent, is always gonna have those kind of problems, bro.
All right, big up. Manchester is red. Tim, I need you to pull up this comment for me. Say fans support women's. Yo, fans saying support women football. We all say support women's football. Mark here, right here, covers the United games for the women as well. So if you want to follow, you could also check out Mark on MUFC fan channel as well. He does that. He gives you the under 18, the women. We all love women football just because we don't really talk about it most of the time. When you get to Max show, we actually do talk about it. Omo, there's a
Guys,
conversation that we're gonna.
guys, big up to everybody, guys. I will rejoin you guys later on, but I must go. I have class. My class is resuming, so catch you guys
Big
later.
up, big up, big
Big
up
up.
to you, Mark.
Hope
But
you guys
no,
have a great evening, bro. Big
There
up.
you go.
Omo, there's a conversation we're gonna be having that you've always wanted to have. I think
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna have that
I think that's
conversation.
till the end, right?
Yeah, that's to the end. So
yeah, towards the end, yeah.
let's look at for me the issue with agency, family, and what's not. I feel like if your family or your family member that's your agent at the point in time is professional enough, then there shouldn't be a problem. Is when they now want to have their own selfish interest in every agent. Don't get me wrong, every agent have an angle to when they're making their deals, right? But when
Yeah.
it's looking like obvious, they want to always put their own interests, right? Make it look like okay, they're looking out for you, but when we all know they're looking out for themselves, right? Then you'd have to move on. I think you have to get professional advice and get somebody different. But all in all, if your career is in the right path and it's your family member that's your agency and they're doing what every other agent out there would do to protect their client, then I don't see any problem in it. You know, I don't see any, who's best to actually earn from you in a positive way if not your family member. If they're the thing is if they are fit to do the job and do it professionally, like every other agent out there, like they treat the family member like yo, you're my client. I'll deal with you like I deal with every other person. But I'll take extra care with you because you're my blood, right? Then
hmm
why not? Why not do it, right? Why not do it? At the end of the day, your career is in the right path. Your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad, who's your agent, right? He's making a career out for himself. Because the further you go and greater you go in your career, right? The better it looks on him as the agent, you know. Because okay, I manage this guy, so it's good for his CV, right? So that's my take on that one. That's I don't think both sides have their own pros because if you look at the case of Dele Ali, where it was the agent that tried to like move disconnect him from so many things that we read on that heard and read on that Dele Ali's case, you could see some of the cons and the downside of the agency. So it's all a case of as long as this person has your interest at heart and they put you first, not their own eating agenda, they put you first, then it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. Moving on to the next, let's talk about Real Madrid. Let's talk about Real Madrid. So far, it feels like, yeah, what's this? No, go. Let me see that comment. Bring back that comment. European club
Okay,
confirms
the
shocking
comments.
signing of former Manchester. I think that's AEK Athens. United.
Yeah,
Martial
AK.
has looked to go to AEK Athens. I saw that earlier today. I wish Martial all the best. I hope
good for him, bro.
he stays fit actually because we saw Baran go to Como and the injuries
Oh,
did not let him be, bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was worse and he had to like they had to take him out of the list for the season. Big up to Marshall. Hope he gets everything. Wish him all the best. Real Madrid
yeah.
season, bro. It's been how would you rate it? I'm gonna start with Vegeta. Ansi Flick hit the league and started running immediately, right?
Okay.
Carlo Ancelotti, we know who he is, Don Carlo, but they brought in Hendrix, they brought in Mbappe. and everybody, especially the Real Madrid guy up there, right? He was expecting to hit the ground running, gun blazing, you
Ah,
know, but it
Mhm.
hasn't
I
happened
was.
that way, right? So let me get the thought of Vegeta, then I go to Prof, then I'll wrap up with with Temba.
You'd swear that of the top clubs in La Liga,
Hmm.
Real Madrid is the one pulling levers. The way they look like they're struggling across finish lines these days, you know. You would swear, no, for real. You'd swear they're the
Yeah,
ones who are
yeah.
being
Go on.
sponsored by Spotify. They're the ones trying to sell their overly expensive players to the rest of us. They're the ones who owe Frankie De Jong millions, but it's not the case. It's Real Madrid. It's not looking good, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I think with how you guys played so well last season and the accolades you got, the way you guys have actually started, even if you've wobbled across the finish line, it's a little bit disappointing. You know, but you know what? Welcome to our lives. You know, I know it feels unfamiliar. This territory, you're so used you're so used to just having things your way. Well, welcome to the side of the world, you know. Except
Mhm.
we're going the opposite direction, you know. I'm
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
yeah,
painting.
yeah, yeah. Omo, I know Omo has been saying Omo has said a lot of things about Real Madrid during the start of the season.
I'm
How
actually interested to hear.
it
Before the
feels like,
season.
yeah, before the season, yeah, before the season was like Real Madrid are in some sort of situation that nobody's looking at. But Omo, take us through
Oh,
it. What you see?
I've been saying first of all that they're broke. I've been saying they don't have no money. Like people that say that Champions League money, that money, they don't have no money.
Omo,
They're
speak
trying to.
up a bit. Omo, speak up a bit.
No, I've been saying that Real Madrid doesn't have any money. I'm not saying they're going broke. They're broke, but they're recouping their money right now. That's why they're signing most of their players on a free. That's one too. The loss of Tony Kroos has pretty much damaged them because they don't have that. They don't have that register that they had. Modric is not a Chouamini is trying to be it, and I already know. Ancelotti doesn't like Chouamini. I know because the way I see the way Chouamini play, I'm like, bruh, get off the pitch. Guys, he might have assists here and there. I'm like, bro, you're not doing. They need a cross replacement. It was supposed to be you, but you're not. You cannot do it. You can't do half of it. So to pretty much sum it up, I think they'll find their way. Like now they got a hope on a rim on Barcelona loss, and on this round, I don't think they're losing.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think they
so.
want to lose. I think they're trying to go undefeated at this point because Hansi Flick is a madman. This man want to score 7 on people.
Man, guys, man. Like I don't know. I don't want to face Barcelona right now, man.
Temba, take it away. Let me. How
Honestly,
do you
I
feel?
don't.
Because it's your
I don't
football
want
club.
to.
Is
Like
there
I'm
any?
scared. I don't want to play Barcelona right now. Honestly, I do not want to. Like when you if you watch me on the stream yesterday, I was fuming, man. I was fuming, honestly. And like Prof said, you know, I never knew losing Tony Kroos was going to affect me this massively. Like I never saw that coming, man. It just got to just tell you that, man. I just like and when you look out, who is out there that can actually do a job like Tony Kroos? Because it he I like we look kind of how will I put it, man? We look beatable. You know, yes, we get the result at the end of the day, but yet the performances have not been good enough. Honestly, it has not been good enough. And yesterday, I don't know what Carlo Ancelotti was even doing. Lucas Vasquez, why did they even give Lucas Vasquez a new contract? Because basically, yesterday they were using his position, his wing. That even Carvajal had to come in to support Luis Vasquez. The game changed when he took out Luis Vasquez, brought in who did he bring in? I think he brought in I haven't forgotten the people he brought in, but yet now Carvajal then moved to okay, he brought in Eder Militao. Militao had to go back to his position. Then Carvajal came to his normal position. That was when the ball started flowing. The attack now started doing some job. Yet again, when he took out Rodrigo, because my attack yesterday was crap. Vinicius Junior was rubbish. Mbappe was rubbish. The only person that was actually playing and acting as if he's going to get a goal was Rodrigo.
Mm.
And in the second half, he made an assist. And the next thing, the manager takes Rodrigo out. I was fuming like, why? There's Vinicius Junior there. You can take out. There's Mbappe. They take them out.
Jeez.
No, the man took out Rodrigo. I was fuming. I said, this is the only person that was actually playing football in this team. He took him out. He brought him Adagule and Hendrick. and somehow the ball
But
changed still.
Hendrick was on the
No,
score sheet. Got on
no.
the score sheet.
Yeah. He brought in. I think he brought in Hendrick last. Yeah, he brought in Eddie Militao for Lucas Vazquez and Rodrigo for Adagule, and that was when the ball now it started flowing because now the creativity of what's his name Adagule and Monty also came into the game. That is when everything started. They started playing well, though it's not convincing for me. Like right now, I don't think
Let me
we
just
beat
give
Barcelona.
people context, right? So because when they hear you, you're like, okay, but Real Madrid won the last two games 2-0 and 3-0. Okay, on the first day run because they've had what they've had five runs of games, right? So it is Real Madrid round one they played. They were home. No, they were away to Mallorca. That game ended in a 1-1 draw. Then they
Yeah,
played Valladolid, and Real Madrid won that one comfortably 3-0. Then this was the result that got me a little bit worried. Real Madrid playing away at Las Palmas, and they drew to
yeah,
Las Palmas.
man, it's crazy,
That
crazy,
was that, and this is a Las Palmas
it's
team that
crazy.
people are looking like maybe might be one of the teams to go down. But it's so then they had to play Betis. They won 2-0, and the last game they played Real Sociedad, they won 2-0 away from home. So it's just two draws, Stemba. Two
Yeah,
draws.
the thing is this.
I know two
The
teams
thing
that
is
you
this.
expected to
Drex.
win. Go ahead.
Yeah, Drex. Out of the 9 goals we
Yeah.
have scored this season,
Yeah.
5 are penalty kicks.
Ooh.
So I'm worried. You have to be worried. Like 9 goals, 5 of the 9 goals is penalty. The
But
front line is not doing what it
the
should be doing,
penalty
man.
wasn't handed to them on a platter of gold. They actually were playing football, and somebody got cluttered in the 18-yard box. Somebody got fouled in the 18-yard box. So, whilst I hear your concern in terms of okay from the spot kick, but there was a pattern of play that because if you're saying five of the 9 goals you've scored is actually penalty, meaning that you've been fouled 5 times in the 18-yard box. If on a layman term, meaning that you guys are actually doing a lot in the penalty box to warrant those challenges, and it led to a penalty. So I know you're a fan, right? But I'm
Mhm.
talking from an outside view. Like, guy, I don't think it's a case of it's all maybe because you are actually drawing comparison to what's happening on the other side, right? In Benaboa, Barcelona,
Man,
yeah. But
I don't want to play Barcelona right now.
it's not
They will
really
smoke.
I don't think if it's not really all that bad, bro. Okay, Las Palmas and Mallorca, you're supposed to get a win, but you were playing away on both occasions, right? But I don't think it's that bad, bro. I don't think it's that bad. I just feel like Mbappe coming in, like what Prof said, Cruz losing Cruz, right? On Tony Cruz on yeah, he retired and all of that, right? You'd have to find somebody to fit into that position, which I know Real Madrid. Oh, if there's something Real Madrid knows how to do very well, is how to plug the hole, how to get like for like replacement. They would get that person. Like he's saying, Shomini, they thought Shomini would just be the one to just get into that role, but they've seen over time that yo, this guy would not do that for us, right? So they will get somebody. So for me, I just feel like maybe it's early days. It's one of those things that are bound to happen. Like for United, in the case of United, 10 years of mismanagement, we don't just turn the corner in with a flip like a switch. So maybe losing Cruz and getting Mbappe in with Hendricks, right? It's gonna take a little bit of time for adjustment to get on. But for me, I don't think it's so. I would just suggest that you just calm down. Just calm down. It's
Hey,
you know me.
man.
Yeah, I'm the calm type. So yeah, Vegeta, you wanted to say something?
All I'm saying is October the 26th or 7th, around there. I will be there,
Of
bro,
course, of
for that
course,
Clasico, bro.
of
And
course,
mind
we'll be
Yeah.
you,
there. We would
I'm
have
not a Barca fan by
we'll
any
have
stretch of the imagination.
2 jerseys on that day. If Real Madrid wins, we say ta-da. If Real Madrid loses, oh my days, bro,
Oh
it's gonna
Lord.
be peak.
Oh
Okay,
Lord.
okay, let's
And it's
get
at
into
the
this one
Santiago, bro. Oof, if
I
they
think
embarrass you at home,
we're gonna spend like 15 minutes on this one before we leave. Because yeah, now the final topic for discussion today, right, is the one I know Professor Omo likes. Now, this is it.
Mhm.
Is Van Dijk already in the conversation for the greatest defender in the Premier League history? Or we think we shouldn't put him in that conversation? We think it's just part of, there's a clear case for legends and there's a case for greats. do we just put
Mhm.
Van Dijk as one of the greats, right? Do not take him up. What you guys saying? The floor is open. Who wants to go first? Anybody can go. But big up yourself, Manj. Manj is saying big up Temba and Drake. See you guys tomorrow for possible outcome. Big up, yeah, possible outcome. We'll be holding tomorrow.
I'm not. Also, there's a thing of recency bias. When
Yeah.
people like, because you're seeing somebody now, you can't just forgo the past. Like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, the past is there for a reason to compare and contrast.
Yeah. Yeah.
My thing is like the most important thing is that they both played in different era. They
Mhm.
both played in different era. As in Van Dijk era, there was no playing out the back. As in, it was there, but it's not like people were like, "Oh, the first thing I gotta do is I play from the back." I'm like, "Nah, it wasn't back there. We just clear the ball, get the ball cleared out." That was first and first serve. So my thing is like with Van Dijk, like I just because the way he plays, the way he moved the ball, and now he can pass the ball. That's the additional factor added to it. Passing the ball, defending 1-on-1, aerial duels, aerial wins. He's there at every single thing. I think when I look at a defender, Van Dijk is the first person on my list. Van Dijk is the first person, and over Vidic. Oh, absolutely. If you take the
Ah,
attributes and compare them next to each other, I'm taking Van Dijk over Vidic all day. As a Manchester United fan, by the way.
Professor. Ah, man,
No, no,
Professor,
no. Temba, go ahead. What do you have to say?
you say
I'll
something,
come back to
Professor,
Omar.
man. No, honestly, I don't agree with you, honestly, because even though right now, if I'm going to name, okay, let me just base it on the Premiership. I think if I name top five, I don't think Van Dijk will be in the conversation. Probably top 10, but top five, I don't think, honestly, because we have seen some crazy like defenders. Like you just name one, name Matic and
Vidic.
Vidic. Like Vidic is the only, I think, he's the only defender that have won the Player of the Year in the Premiership, and he
Yes.
did it twice in a row.
Yes.
Like you see the likes of Vidic, John Terry, So Campbell, Thomas Vermaelen, even at some point Koscielny. These guys are like different kinds of defenders. Whereby they will choke their head in everything. So I'm kind of surprised by you're talking like if you're talking about John Terry and the rest, maybe I probably is debatable. But Vidic, they
You
don't
see,
make defenders like Vidic anymore.
Temba, what you say is right. They all could throw themselves on the ball. For Vidic, Woods,
Mhm.
Van Dyke, you could pair him with any center back and it works. You could pair him with any center backs and it works. You could pair him with any player in that back line and there's
Mm-hmm.
safety there. With those center backs, as great as they are, I'm not gonna say they're bad. As great as they are, you gotta pair those specific center back for it to work. You have to pair them with specific center back because if you don't, you will just see the flaws in them.
No, no,
Van
but
Dyke, whoever you pair him with, he's still gonna shine. Whoever it is still gonna shine.
Hey, that's debatable. There was a time when they had a bunch of injuries and Van Dijk was struggling, and people are like, "Is
Yeah,
he being?"
Van Dyke
No,
was that
hey,
time.
yo,
You're right because that is when he dropped a dip in form during that injury time, and that's why I said even during that injury he was injured as well. There was no consistency that whole year. There was no consistency at all. There was zero consistency that whole year. The
yeah,
following year, back to basic. When he was
but you're
healthy, he
saying
was back to basic again.
okay. Omar, this Vegeta, you're gonna answer this question for me because almost made a statement saying, right now going from what we are seeing in terms of defenders playing out from the back and all of that, right? Um, would you say, Omar, correct me if I'm wrong, would you say Cavallo, is it Cavallo, right? The former Chelsea
Yeah, for
Yeah,
defender.
Carvalho for
Carvalho.
Chelsea. Yeah.
Cavallo was also played out from the back when they were with he could play out from the back for Portugal and for Chelsea as well. And he was a good defender. He's one of those defenders that we just don't forget, maybe because of his I don't know,
I
but we
think
tend to
because
forget
of his
about him.
height.
So we just tend to forget about. But Cavallo was a good center back, right? That
Yes.
he literally could do everything that Van Dijk is doing right now, right? And Caballo is one person you could play. So are we saying that because you putting up the Vegeta, you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you put everyone is putting out the contest that okay, playing out from the back. So it's a little bit he could do all of that and more. But defenders of before, like the different time, maybe because we didn't get to see that, we cannot judge them on that. What's your take on that one? Do you just feel it's a case of maybe it's the style of football that's making Van Dijk look excellently good, or what?
No, I just think he's playing in a different time that's playing different football because if you look at English football in the early days, a lot of people say Messi wouldn't survive, and that was for a reason. It was very physical, it was no nonsense defending, and that's what the coaches of that day and age in the Premier League demanded. And I say Premier League because each of the leagues have a different dynamic on how they want they've got an identity essentially. That's why we say that some players are not good enough for the Premier League, but they fantastic for La Liga because of their attributes. So when I'm talking about pure defending, I don't think sorry, I don't think that it's fair to then judge those guys for their roles at that specific time because they weren't doing those things. You get what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
also think with the issue I have with Liverpool players, Liverpool's loved in this country. We also need to take that into account. And I feel like these guys have been suffering for so long that the little bit of success they got, it got overhyped. That's
Yeah.
just me personally. These guys had one Premier League and one Champions League, and every one of their players is one of the greatest in the whole of this competition. And I'm like, that's not fair though. Like, let's go through it, right? Premier League is from what, 92, more or less? It's a
Yeah.
long period. That's a long time period. You get your Yap Stams playing for this league, bro. So this guy
Yeah.
is better than Yap Stam. Is no way to me, bro. You guys have already mentioned a few names. Even some of these people that were great but were playing for lesser clubs because Chelsea wasn't always this great club. Remember that.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
not that great, but they had special players. But they wouldn't have shined as much because of the club's profile. So I just think you have to take those things into account. The fact that, well, I think personally Liverpool is the league's darling. People love it when they're winning. Not me. Hate those guys. Um, and so when one because let's look at it this way, right? If Virgil played for us and Man United achieved the same level of success, one league, one Champions League, would
Oh,
he be in this conversation?
no,
In my
it
opinion,
wouldn't. It wouldn't.
he wouldn't because we're hated on the other hand. But our players' successes forces people to bring them to the table. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Um.
there's one statement, sorry, Drex, there's a statement, because this has been going on for a very long time. People have actually been saying it, pundit, media have been saying it. And Balak said something. He said that Michael Balak said, Van Dijk should be lucky that he never played in the era of strikers like Thierry Henry, Adebayo, Tevez, Didier Drogba. He said if he had played in that time, then no,
No. Omar, because I
his
was gonna bring
weakness
that. I was
will
gonna bring
show.
that comment up. Omar, what do you make about
This
that?
is why I don't want to bring era into it because now I could just say if Vidic played in that era, he won't be good because he can't play from the back.
Yeah,
You
I
see,
get you.
because I look at a player Vidic, I'm like he's probably gonna be at Everton or something like that because he's if like Sonjai doesn't play at the back, he's just gonna fit that era properly. That's why I said That's why I'm like I cannot say era. That's why I cannot. I don't want to compare eras. Because if I compare era, I'm like this player can do something. This era they can do something in that era. Like Barry cannot play in the past era. Henry can play in this era. Like Balak cannot play in this era.
Oh, Balak.
Yeah, Balak.
Oh,
Probably not in the Premier League.
he will
But that's
struggle.
yeah, that's like in Real Madrid now he will thrive. That's why I don't want to compare era because if I compare era, you could see the difference in there.
For me,
But you see,
I don't. Okay, go ahead, Vegeta. Go ahead.
but the thing with errors is that, like I'm saying, we have to take it into consideration because there were specific training regimens for the rules that were allowed. Because also the game itself evolved. There were
Yeah.
certain things that were allowed then that wouldn't be allowed now. You feel me? So that's why it's kind of hard to say that, oh, because he wouldn't thrive in this type of football, he's not as good as this player. Some of these guys might have been better because a lot of these rules benefit a lot of the players from back in the day. Let's be honest. The game back in the day, you almost had to break your foot before you got stuff going your way.
Oh,
You,
you
you
have
you know what I'm saying? So you have to
back in
take
days.
into
You have yeah.
consideration.
You have. Sorry, go ahead.
You have
Let
to
me hear.
consider those things were mitigating factors for how people play. Like these players can't play differently because they wouldn't have known of what we are doing now. Unfortunately, that's just the reality, and that's life in general. We can't say, oh, the people 10 years from now are better. Maybe they are. We don't know. Or maybe the world has ended. We don't know. But you have to consider the mitigating factors and the environment that these people are playing in. What incentives were there for the coaches to coach them differently? Footballing traditions in the countries were different, and most of the managers managed based on the heritage of their football leagues. And you saw it in the identity of the national league because it came from that. The league fade into the national teams, and we saw that. That's why you even see teams that had, like, Italy was known for its defensive work, bro.
Yep,
Like, we
yep.
knew the one thing we knew was the Italians knew how to defend, and that's the culture that they had. That's why I'm saying it's you have to a degree, because, and another thing that gets lost with that defending thing is that, where do we draw the line? Like, if they're fantastic like Trent at the attacking, but they're garbage at defending, they're still technically defenders in modern day eras. But if you're comparing defender for defender, are they is it still the same thing? Because defending is defending, guys. I don't care what you're saying. Like, even if you're not passing out from the back, are you still doing the defensive work correctly? That's just me.
My take before we wrap this up is I'm not a big up to what's his name, Virgil Van Dijk, right? But I feel like he could do a job in the Vidic era and all of that. I believe he could do a job, right? But the way people are moving these days, like, yo, he should be top of the list. He should be, no, bro. He shouldn't be top of the list, my bro. I've seen we don't have I say this now, right? Food chess. We don't have strikers in this Premier League at the moment. We don't have. What we do is just system
Fact.
players, bro. That's why Ellen Ireland could come and make it look like, bro, you guys have been doing rubbish. We don't have strikers in this
Mhm.
football league, right? And back then, bro, I was talking about Daniel Stories the other day, and guys on the chat on the panel were making me look like, yo, I did not watch him. So they really believed that. So you had people like Stories back then. You had people like Rooney. So we had Cristiano. We had Torres. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
when people,
yeah, Darren Brent will get 18 goals a season. It doesn't matter where he is.
16
so
year old Wayne Rooney scoring against
so
Arsenal.
for me,
Yes.
it's a case of, I get it. Yeah, you prefer that Virgil Van Dijk. You're a Liverpool supporter. You like the guy and all of that, right? But drop all of those bias, like what Prof is doing, and I commend Prof for that. Putting the era bias aside and say, okay, looking at this player, drop those bias and look at this guy and say, okay, fine, these are the attributes and which Prof has said, right? Okay, those guys might not be comfortable playing out from the back, but I saw a Willie a Caballo, right? Who I believe could do a
Mhm.
better job than Virgil van Dijk as it stands right now if he was still playing in this era, right? It's just a case of knowing what to do and applying to yourself to the manager's tactics and all of that, right? That time back in the days, you had strikers. Once they get the ball, they could run, they could dribble. It's not now you get the
Mhm.
ball and you pass to your wing and you're running and there's a cutback and you're slotting it past the goalkeeper or something like that. Back then, a striker is coming at you, he's got tricks up his sleeve, so you are extra careful. The act of defending, right? The art of defending is should be on point, such that you don't get you don't. All they keep saying every time they bring up this statement or this debate, they keep pointing about, Fernando Torres doing Vidic, right? But
It's just a
they,
once. It's like people get done up once in a while. Like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
and it's a normal thing. And I saw somebody do a compilation of Virgil. I'm like, bro, you guys are just making this thing look so. You're dragging the debate on all sides. These guys are fine defenders, right? On
Mm.
their day, they are fine defenders. Like what the era we're talking about, like what Vegeta was saying. We should not. We wouldn't know who would do what in what era, right? We don't know the future, right? All we know is what we've been privy to see and what we're giving right now. But all of that, I still feel like man them back in the days would do right now if they put them now in this current type of play that is the era of play that we have right now, passing out of the back. And I think, bro, they'll be looking like, yeah, yo, bro, I will eat this up, bro. I
Some
don't
of
have
those
to.
guys would cook, bro,
Because
with
because
Bro,
modern
because,
day
because we're,
with
we're in
modern
the
day
era of
nutrition.
we're in the era of most teams want to play at the back now. So it's like
mhm.
it's hard for them. Like, for example, Real Ferdinand could fit right in because again, it's playing out from the
Facts.
back.
Yeah.
That's what we
Oh,
want. That's what teams want to do
comfortably.
now. People forget. Like, I remember I heard this song where I forgot and just stuck in my mind. Like, we had Barthez, who was a sweeper keeper at the time. Barthez was a
Mhm.
regular
Mhm.
sweeper keeper, and Fergus was like, "Now I don't like this."
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
players that could do that, but not all players. Like it's just a weird thing. Like you flip the era around, like oh, this player could work in that era, that player could work in
Nah, it
this era.
doesn't
Like
work
you put
like
it up
that.
around.
It does, for me, I don't feel it works like that. I feel like from what we saw, from like you just mentioned on Ferdinand, I've talked about Caballo, right? I don't really know much about if Vidic could do that. Maybe Vidic could be paired with somebody else that will be taxed to do that. While Vidic is more like the mop up, right? But
Yes.
so when people start, oh, if it was this, it would ball out. I'm saying, bro, if those guys were here now, they'll be looking at the league like, yo, so I don't have a striker that's going to run at me and try to dribble me. Oh my days, bro. It's happy days for me. It's happy days. I don't have somebody that I don't have a Terry Henry that I'll be worrying that okay, if he hits the ball, he's going to run, and when he stops, he's already taking me out of the equation, right? They're like, okay, I'm playing Chelsea tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, there's no DJ Drogba. It's
Mm.
Nicholas Jackson I'm playing.
Imagine
Okay,
you playing against Gaucho, bro. Yay.
okay.
1-on-1 with Gaucho. Yay.
You understand?
Yay.
Or
Yay.
what's his name? A Caballo coming out and looking at. I'm playing United tomorrow. Who do they have? Oh, they have Marcus Rashford and they have Rasmus Højlund. Or can who are these ones? You understand what I'm saying?
Pocket, yeah.
You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They're like, okay, or you're going to play a Brighton and Vidic is saying who do they have? And they tell you, oh, they've got this young
My
boy,
Toma.
my
My
Thomas.
Toma and Ja Pedro.
No, Welbeck is the one heading strike for them. Like, are you well? Okay, get. So you see what I'm saying? So I don't want us to do that. Van Dijk, in my own opinion, right, is a good defender. I don't like the guy, honestly. I feel like sometimes he does shift responsibility to other people and make himself look exceptionally good, right? But bias aside, bro, the man is a good defender.
Yes,
Don't take
he's a
that away
good
from him.
defender, bro. I would
Bias
have taken
aside,
him from
Yeah.
Southampton.
I think he was even pissed that we didn't United did not get him. The year we were supposed to get him, we went for Lindelof. I think the year we were supposed to get him, we
Oh,
skipped
Man.
and went for Lindelof.
oh, that looks nasty now in hindsight.
Okay.
Lindelof.
Because
Yeah,
if you remember, there was a tweet where
I
if you
think
remember,
because of his injury record with his
yeah.
feet, and they was not sure. I think he had like an injury on his feet where he almost died, so we
Mm.
was not
I
sure
just
about it.
vomited in
Ish.
my mouth,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Was
We
this
had
was he playing for Southampton at that time, or was he still playing
Yeah,
for his
playing for
Southampton.
Southampton.
Celtic?
it was no, it was with
Oh,
Southampton. It was Mourinho that
Southampton.
wanted to that we were looking to get him. Mourinho now opted for Lindelof,
Lindelof.
right? So and then there was a tweet out there where Liverpool Van Dijk was saying, "Bro, United should get at Liverpool. Nobody likes them." But all of a sudden, because he went to Liverpool, he's not the like what Vegeta said. He's not the star boy because Liverpool is being loved by most people. So it is what it is. I don't think he's a great player. He's a good player, but people should stop doing this whole debate. Oh, he's better than Terry. He's better than this. Okay, he's better than Terry. He's better than this. He's better than that. Bro, just lift the man. Let the man be because we don't know if he was back there running against facing the likes of Hot Cristiano or Dimitar Babatov, right?
Hey,
Dimitar Babatov. These guys, even like what Prof said, Darren Bent. We don't know if he would have been able to hold his own because whether you like it or not, Darren Bent will give you double digits at the end of the season, bro.
Every
He would.
season.
young
So
Gareth Bale, bro, running
get
It's
at you
there.
from
crazy,
the
man.
Okay.
left.
It's just
Yay,
crazy, man.
yay,
So
yay,
today
yay.
I
Darren
look at
Bent.
today's era and say I think we have more of midfielders and defenders than we do of strikers today in
Yes,
today's game.
It's
the
Yeah.
more
forwards
like
market
everybody
is
becoming more
trash.
technical.
Say that again, Prof.
It's like everybody is becoming more technical to be on the
Hmm.
pitch. You gotta have some technicality. There's no physicality or pace.
That's why the boy, what's the boy, the Colombian for Aston Villa, who hit
Duran.
a 25
Duran.
yard or 30
Yeah.
yard shot, and everybody like, wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow, and they're wow, and I'm like, yo, is there an ambulance on the pitch that's making you all go wow, wow, wow? Like we used to
Because
see,
he's
we
like
used to
one of
see
those.
these things. Go ahead,
Exactly.
Pro.
That it's the game. The game has changed in a way of the tactical analysis that said that oh you can't take shot from outside the box because it's a terrible shot. That's why I told people like I think I tweeted it that oh watch out people say that Durant shot is a bad shot. I went to those tactical analysis and they're like oh yeah that shot's a bad shot. I'm like why because the
What?
shot from outside the box the chance
Just
of it going in.
imagine. Best shot. We
When
have
we
seen
see
some
this,
crazy
we
Same thing
see
they
goals
will
in
this.
there.
same thing they will say with this
Every week.
Andrew shot this weekend. They say it's a bad shot because from outside the box. the chance of it going in is pretty low. I'm
Reden
like,
Wörter
bro, just
Fuchs.
let
Ja,
them
no,
cook.
I know.
Like seriously, man. Like
This is
seriously.
something that if we go, Temba, you know now, video viewing center, if
Every,
we go
every
Every
week.
Saturday, there's something that we are like,
We,
okay, this
every
one,
week
like this week
we
we'll say,
must
okay,
see it.
this is the goal of the season. Next week, you're already seeing something that has thumbed down. It's
Yeah.
okay, this is the goal of the season. Like,
Yeah.
so when I kept everybody, oh, dude, I'm like, yo, bro, okay, it's a good goal, but stop this, wow, wow, wow. There's nobody dying on the pitch. Stop calling the ambulance, bro. Just leave
And
it.
now is the perfect time where shot outside the box is most likely to go in because keeper
Yeah.
stepping out their line.
Yeah, because they want to play a highline, they want to
Yeah.
receive the
Yeah, they
ball
want
and
to play high
pass
line. I'm
quickly.
like, look what the goalkeeper is. Just take the shot. If it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't go in, it doesn't
You know,
go in.
you know what's
Sometimes there's
crazy?
someone to be taken.
We actually saw that at the Euros. Did you see how many outside of the box goals we saw at the Euros? It was
It's
almost every other game, bro. Somebody was scoring
AFCON.
from outside the box.
Because I think these coaches are beginning to see that, okay, whilst people like to move and pass the ball for out of the back and all of that, there's that element of surprise that you could put on them that would catch everybody off guard. That and it was a nice one to see. I'll tell you no lie. That goal against Everton was a beautiful goal to see out from nowhere. Bam, goal, right? And I think going forward, we might even see some people trying to do that. Some other teams trying to do that to catch those high line playing goalkeepers like the Brightons, the United, and all of that, right? They might even see them catching them off guard. But let's not go back. Let's not make it look like, oh, it's one of those things. This one has done something exceptionally good, because this is
Yeah.
what we that watched the Premier League back then. This is what we know that we've come
Yeah, honestly,
and we are
honestly,
complaining right now that we
the
don't
likes
get to
of
see these goals anymore. We get to see
yeah,
tap tap. I watched a clip of Manchester City, right? A clip of Manchester City. They still had Aguero and Sterling in the
Oh, the one
team.
where Pep was angry.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, pass the ball, shoot, shoot. I kept saying shoot, and it was an old clip, but I kept saying shoot the ball, shoot the ball. Only for me to see that at the end of the day, I saw Pepsi. I'm like, okay, that's the reason why I've been saying shoot the ball, because I'll be pissed. You understand? So, but
man.
it is what it is. It's a new era where everybody wants to be perfect. Everybody wants to show that they have some level, like what
So
Prof is saying, some
annoying.
level of technicality and all of that, right? But the football is an easy game, bro. It's a
It's
very
so
simple game.
annoying, bro, because I saw a game with like what's his name? Xerxes would get the ball and I'm like, shoot, bro. And he looks for a flipping
Yeah.
wing and I'm like, shoot, bro. And he looks for another. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you a number nine or not, bro?
No, it's crazy, man. Because if these goalkeepers of this era right now, they have the likes of Xabi Alonso, Wayne Rooney, who can take shots from outside the box team, like they will cut them, they will catch them off guard because those guys, man. Xabi Alonso will score goal from the center mid, from the
You know how many
center
shots
kickoff line.
Gerard was taking a game? Like,
Man, Gerrard and Frank Lampard. Um, Tommy is saying Girona to beat PSG tonight.
Oh,
no.
Can see
big
the
up,
upset
young
coming, but
Vegeta.
Big up young Vegeta.
That's why it's cute, bro. Oi.
Okay. Good night. Bye bye.
Yeah, guys, keeping tabs with the Champions League before we wrap up the
Oh
show.
yeah, definitely.
Bologna nil, Shakhtar Donetsk nil. That's 85 minutes played in that game. Sparta Prague 3, Salzburg
zero.
nil. That game is almost done. They're in the, added 1 minute of added time into that game. So yeah,
How
big
did they
up
lose
yours,
3-0?
bro. I don't know. Let me even see what was going on in that game. Um,
Yeah, it's three
What's
zero.
Lexus?
yeah,
It's
nah,
almost
What's
man.
done.
Lexus
Two goals
doing
at
that,
first half. They
bro?
were leading at first half 2-0, and there's 58 minutes. They made it 3-0. I think that game is done, bro.
Yeah, that game is
Yeah, it's
done.
Yeah.
done.
Celtic, Slovan, Kasper Schmeichel is
Um,
here.
so
So who's
guys,
winning? Who do you think is winning?
For which
Do you
one?
think Inter Milan can do a job against Man City? We didn't watch along though. We
Hold
didn't
on,
watch
let me
along.
see the lineup. Yes, the lineup is out.
In Inzaghi, we believe.
Let
Upset,
me see.
please.
Dortmund,
Um.
Adeyemi, Brandt.
okay, let's wrap up the show, guys. So going forward, right?
Yeah.
What era? I know we're privy to see that era. I think it's the young kids these days that'll be like, yo, man, you know, we were lucky to see an opportunity to see that era where you like you said, there was this ball like United Newcastle where um Rooney was actually having a debate, or I don't know what kind of discussion he was having with the referee. Then all of a sudden the ball just fell kindly to him, and from nowhere, boom, goal. I'm like, I looked at like man literally was just having a discussion with the referee. I think an argument, something like something didn't go his way. And
Yeah,
immediately he turned, the ball was just dropping. I'm like, boom. I'm like, how did you do this? You know, so
into the net straight.
if it was today, like what era do you guys actually miss that?
Honestly, I miss that, man. I miss those kind of some of crazy goals, man. I miss them, man. Honestly, like I miss like that is why you will see last season Bruno scored. I think it's in Champions League. Everybody was like, "Wow, what a strike!" But this is something we used to see at least every week from one team. If not from Liverpool, we will see it from Chelsea.
Or remember
If not from
Gerard?
Chelsea, we'll see it from Man U. But
Gerard.
right
Now you
now,
see every month.
Now you see it
some,
like once, yeah,
sometimes once in a year,
once in 2 months. I
Bruno
remember, I
Bruno
remember
scored it
Liverpool.
last year.
I
Who
remember
else?
Liverpool West Ham, and what year was that in a cup final? Was it the semi-final? Bro, from the almost the midway half of the pitch,
And
Gerard was
all
shooting and
those
he went past
all
the
those
goal. I'm like,
shots,
yo, and I
all
was
those
upset
shots,
because I
like
was really hoping for West Ham to hold on to that 1-1 and maybe do pull an upset, right? And from nowhere they threw the ball. It was Alan Reese threw the ball, and
Rice, even
somebody
Rice
let
himself, is shot. Rice, like basically somebody used his shot to break somebody's leg. Shot break somebody's leg. And
but
Ramsey,
I can never
shot.
forget. It was shots that broke Alan Smith's leg. Man was trying to go
I
block the
don't know about
ball.
Alan Smith.
It's, well, it's also what
Yeah, it
broke
was
what's his
even
guy
Alan Smith
name?
as well.
Varane when we lost 6-3.
Okay.
Foden
Shot.
shot the shot and his leg was gone. He blocked it with
Bro.
his leg. It was gone.
Bro.
Is it Veron?
It was Varane when we lost 6-3. Foden
Okay.
shot that ball.
And his leg
Varane
was
blocked it. He was done for the day. He
this is
came
what
off the
we
pitch.
this is what we were seeing back. This one was I remember Alan Smith. I don't know who shot that ball and he went with to block the ball. And that was it. Alan Smith's leg was broken. I'm like, what did
Broke.
this person put in this ball?
And I don't know, man. Even
But
this
also
guy
the
too,
ball.
Alex.
But also
Alex from
those balls
Chelsea.
were very hard back in the day. Unlike these nice.
No, but okay,
Dude,
Vegeta, think of those balls back then, and they could hit it with that with
That's what
so
I'm
much
saying.
venom.
Like the ball itself was rough, and then you've got shot power on
man.
top of that.
Then imagine what they'll be doing
Ah,
with the balls of now.
man.
Tough, bro.
Left of Carlos and Risse. Oh God.
To
The
answer
keeper
your
will stand no
question,
chance.
because Temba will never finish. He's reminiscing on the good times because he's
No,
stressed
no,
about
no,
not finishing.
no. September. We're gonna big up, guys. Mind, big up yourself, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you
I
so
don't
much.
claim that name, by the way. Manj
And
Van Dyke. Hell no.
no, 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 no,
Hell
no.
It
no.
was
Don't
Reese
forget.
that broke Alan Smith's leg.
It was Reese, right? Yeah,
It was
man.
Reese.
Bro, man.
They will have a
Imagine.
documentary of it.
Imagine.
I miss the old school Barclays, bro. Like with that old logo, bro.
Oh my
Reese out to
days.
Cool
Man.
City. Where they
And
from?
Reese that looks like he's not even seen it. When the sun is hot, it looks like he doesn't see you, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, let's close the show. Let's close the show. Enough of this. Enough
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
No, no.
So how's Man City Inter? You
Who's
think who's
that?
gonna win that one?
In Inzaghi,
Ah,
we believe.
Oh,
Inzaghi
Inter
will
Milan,
believe, man.
Yeah, the
bro.
lineup is out. Rodri has come back. This guy.
Yeah. See these guys, man.
Man City will win that game.
He
Man
hasn't played
City
for
will
the
win that
past
game.
4 games,
Yeah.
and he's been fit. But now you want to play against Inter Milan. This is Lautaro
Uh,
Martinez on the bench.
Temba, go on the private chat. There's a group one. Almost drop the link there. Please put it in the chat for the guys that didn't get to see that Alan Smith thing that we're talking about.
Man. It's
Uh,
crazy.
I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna be a crackhead and say 2-1 Inter Milan, bro. For Vavs.
Timber, you fast forward to the 58th second. Is it 58?
Okay.
58 second, then West Brown will talk, then they will slow it down.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Van der
Like
Sar was
those days.
screaming, "Get on the pitch! Get on the pitch!"
Shit, Inter Milan is starting to fall with their midfield, bro. Yeah, that's a stacked midfield.
Bro, see that shot on the nah, bro. Forget about it, bro. Forget about it.
They don't play shot
The
anymore.
only people
They
that
don't play
play
shot
short
anymore.
is Valverde. That's about it.
Yeah, Valverde.
Even Alex Ferguson could not even believe his eyes. Like, what was that? Guys, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to the Football Fan Zone. Also, man with like Vegeta, the halftime with Vegeta, and also there's Day Up Sport. Guys, do yeah, I think Temba is going to be covering the Man City Inter Milan watch along for the Champions League, and I'll be doing the Coventry Tottenham. I don't have no time with the Champions League as for my team plays next week in
Yeah.
the Europa League, so I must stay. Let Temba have his day and let him start sweating up on me. Don't big up yourself. Yeah, after I'm with Vegeta. Temba, can you put Vegeta's thing in the chat as well? Link to
Yeah. Let
Vegeta's
me
channel in the
just.
chat as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We have to go right now. I know we want to reminisce on the good old days, but the time will not permit us. On I think on one of I think it's a Sunday stream on Mac NEFMUF Mac NMEFC fan channel on a Sunday in the chill out section. We would bring most of this conversation back. We'll try to reminisce
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
back as we can, so we just relax and have a more pleasant stream on that one. So you guys can join us on that one. But for now, we'd have to take a dip. We'd have to say a big thank you to you all. Thank you for joining us. Tommy, big up yourself, man. Just see you in the house. Big up yourself. Manchester is red forever. Big up yourself. Rants band. Big up yourself. Football Power Hour. I didn't even know you were here. Big up yourself, Papi.
That
Big up. Big
criminal.
up. Vegeta, help me with
Not
this
yet.
name. Big this person up for me. Is it Sheila? I can't.
She's slasher.
Oh,
She's
Sisasa.
slasher.
Okay,
Hey, big up Sisasa. I see you from
big up
South
yourself.
Africa. I know
Big
that
up
name.
Big up Leonard, big up yourself. Lucky Ruby, Lucy Ruby, big up yourself. Guys, would have to go catch you. I have to take like a 5 minutes break before I come back on stream. Big up yourself. Temba, take it away.
Big ups, everyone. Good. Don't go anywhere. We are coming for the watch along as well.